Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. This is a video just about this news. I received a link actually 2 days ago. A church in Scotland, a Scottish church, they invited Muslims to their church, and the purpose is supposedly to sing for them Quran. And you know, I understand that the Christians are very friendly people, but doesn't mean that to be friendly it's mean to be a donkey. You see the first guy next to the girl there who is sitting in the chair. I believe this is the bishop, which means he is officially the donkey who invited this woman to be there. And I call him a donkey because he is acting like a donkey. You know, the Bible speaks about people who carry books and they don't understand them. And even the Quran copy those verses and he speak about it too. And obviously, a lot of donkeys are around who carried books, but they do not understand them. A Christian leader, the first thing he need to be sure of is to be honest and not to deceive. Otherwise, he is working for the devil. Wearing the clothes of a bishop or a clothes of a priest make you have an extra duty as a Christian, not less. And that duty is to be sure that everybody is not to be deceived. Now, if we ask this donkey, I hope the donkey are not insulted, why you are inviting the Muslims to recite Quran in your church? I mean, seriously, what is the purpose? What I'm trying to do here? You know, we need to ask ourselves. If I invite a Muslim and I say to him, take the stage and recite Quran for us, what I am trying to do? First of all, none of those people sitting there understand Arabic. Secondly, how I know that this person who is reciting in Arabic something I do not understand, he is not insulting all of us, and even he is cursing us? It's very stupid and very disgusting that Christians today, they became so fake to the point none of those people who sit in there in the chairs or those who they are watching stood up to this bishop and says to him, shame on you to bring the book of the devil to be recited in our church. Can we go recite the Bible in any mosque? You will never see Muslims doing that. Can I go right now to the mosque and make a speech about Jesus? They will never ever see a Muslim allowed in that. So why we are allowed in such a thing to happen? The first thing this man he did, the bishop of this church, he is giving a message to the Christians that Islam is a good religion. Otherwise, we will not welcome them. You know, when you invited Dracula to a dinner, it's mean Dracula is welcome in your table. As simple as that. You do not need to make a presentation or to make a speech. By having him in the table, he is welcome. By inviting Muslims to the church, that means Islam is welcome. Especially you are inviting them to recite Quran, not inviting them to teach about Jesus. I have no problem, by the way, to invite Muslims to a church. I am a leader of it because I have answers for them they don't dare to refute. But if you invite them and you do not know what to say to them, and Muslims are very much trained to attack you, all of Islam is based on attacking Christianity, then what the purpose of this invitation? Always we need to ask ourselves, what's wrong with those who we call them church leaders? Are they really church leaders or they are working for the devil? The Messiah, he said, be aware of false prophets and be aware of false teachers who come to you in a clothes of a sheep, but in fact they are wolves. And this bishop, he is wearing a clothes of a sheep. He is wearing a clothes of a Christian. He is wearing a clothes of a bishop. He is a leader of a church, but yet he invite the book of the devil to be recited in his church. And what the Muslim they recite in their in that church, they recite verses which deny who is Jesus. They did not choose any verses. They choose verses specifically hit you in the heart, challenging you. Like, look, we invite them. You invite them to come to your church in a friendly way, being nice and gentle and polite and loving. Supposedly, this is what I'm trying to accomplish, maybe. And then they recite for you in purpose from the whole Quran verses speaking about Jesus, that he is no one, and that Mary, she is accused to be a whore, and the rest of the story is very well known. How dare you to do such a thing? You know, why nobody standing up against those people? Why nobody making strike in the street against this church? This man should be kicked out of the church. He can work a virgin vendor, maybe. Let him convert to Islam. We don't want him. This man does not present Christians and does not present anything to do with the Christianity. What's wrong with those people? The Muslims, they choose for us from the whole Quran verses to insult us. And what? We invite them to insult us, and a bunch of donkeys sitting, they have no idea what this girl is saying. It's the same as the Congress when they invited in USA, they invited the Muslim sheikh to recite Al-Fatiha for them. Al-Fatiha, which is insulting the Christian and the Jews. Al-Fatiha, it says, "Oh Allah, don't make us the same as those lost Christians and those who they are cursed, the Jews." Stupid, naive donkeys. Really, when I hear this news, I feel like, you know, when somebody sent me this link, I said, this is disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. I'm sick of them. But my friend, they are all over. And this is not the fault of anyone except our fault. We are not educating our children about this disgusting cult. Many, they think that Muslims, they love Jesus. Muslims, they hate Jesus. Muslims, they hate Jesus to death. Look, they change his name. They change his value. They downgrade him and make him no one. He is just a prophet. You know what a prophet means? There's tons of a prophet. So what? According to Islam, there's 124,000 prophets. And Muhammad is the greatest of all. Even the names of Muhammad is written on the chair of Allah. The chair of Allah cannot be existed without the name of Muhammad. Muhammad is the first to be created. Even the 124,000 prophets who are created, they are created from the sweat of Muhammad. You believe it? Which means Jesus in Islam created from the dirt of Muhammad. And Musa is created from the dirt of Muhammad. And Abraham and Isaiah and all the prophets which you know, they are created from the dirt of Muhammad. And you people, you invite them to be in your church to do what? To recite for you the book of the devil. A book which you don't understand, you have no knowledge of, and you are trying to be hypocrite to yourself, to the Christians, and even to the Muslims. That's a very shameful behavior. And we as a Christian, we should not allow this to happen. This man should be kicked out of the church, should be stripped from any title he have. He should not be allowed to go to that church and to be a leader again. You are giving the stage to people who hate you most. And this is not my words. This is the book of Ibn Kathir. And this book is specialized to explain the book of the donkey. The donkey who want to teach us good manner, who have no manner. The one who have no dignity, he want to teach us dignity. The one who have no proof, he asking us for proof. The one who have no witnesses, he's asking us for witnesses. The one who have nothing except his own statement against thousands of manuscripts, We invite him to our church to teach us what? To teach us that you Christians and your children, you will be the fuel of the hellfire. To teach you that you Christians are not even equal to animals, and you are cursed, and you are evil. This is their books. Where the Christians will go, they will end in hell, and Allah will make us barbecue. This is how much Allah He loves us. Anyone who deny Muhammad is a filthy creature, and he is the fuel of the hellfire. Even your children's, even if you have a baby, he is 1 day old, according to Islam, he will be the fuel of fire. All their book is about that. And then they say to you that let us invite the Muslims who hate Jesus very much. Do you know that Muhammad, he said that Allah, he gave him a special license, and the license is to sleep with Mary, the mother of Jesus? Mary, the mother of Jesus, she is going to be in the bed of the filthy Muhammad. And the Muslim, they say to you, we as a Muslims, we respect Jesus more than you. Muhammad, he respects Jesus more than you, to the point he want to sleep with his mother. I wonder if I say to a Muslim, I want to sleep with your mother, what he will do? For sure he will feel insulted, humiliated, and he want to kill me. Like, how dare you to say such a thing? But Muhammad saying such a thing, it's okay. Muhammad want to sleep with every woman, even the mother of Jesus. For Muhammad, he believed he is the most important man in the world. Everything is created for him. Who is Mary, the mother of Jesus? She is a woman created for Muhammad, to sleep with him, to give him a sexual pleasure. That is what Muhammad is about. And Muhammad, he came to teach the Muslims the good manner, and the good manner is to go and attack the Christians, and to attack the Jews, and to defeat them, and to kill them all. Either they die, or we send them to hellfire. And all of us, we knew the duty of the Muslims, that the duty of those Muslims is to send you the hellfire. And the hellfire is one of choice. Either you convert to Islam by bringing you in the chains around your neck, and they force you to Islam, or we kill you and you will go to hellfire anyway. Why the Muslim, when they recite for us and the church, don't recite this for us? And why they don't recite for us in English, in the language we understand? Because the purpose, they don't want you to understand. They bring for you someone, her voice is beautiful, she's saying, you like the singing, you say Allahu Akbar, this is beautiful. This is the whole point. This is why you see Muslims, when they hire an imam to recite the Quran in a Christian area, they choose the best voice, because he is doing a music show, singer, and whatever he's saying is going to sound nice. You don't know what he is saying. You don't know how evil what he is saying. You are just moving your head like a snake, like the cobra when it is dancing in the front of the stick of an Indian guy, but the cobra is not listening. The cobra cannot hear music. Your case is almost the same. You hear music, but you don't understand what they are saying. And this is the whole point. They wanted you to be a donkey who have no knowledge, who just shake his head for the music. It's very shameful, very disgusting, and we as a Christian, we are being taught to be tolerance. But my friend, Jesus was not what they are preaching for us. Jesus, when people they make the temple, the house of God, a market, he flipped tables. Why none of those people who was in the church did not flip the tables on this bishop and ask him to leave? Shout in his face, say, shame on you. You made the house of God a house of the devil. Imagine, guys, in the time of Jesus, someone is coming to the temple and reciting Quran. Ask yourself what Jesus will do. And this Quran have tons of verses attacking us, insulting us, and tons of verses speaking about the sexual desire of the Prophet Muhammad. The God who gave him a special license to if every woman of his choice. Any woman she can sleep with him. Any woman she can offer herself to him. A book saying that in the judgment day all the believers will be white and all the disbelievers will be black. A book is saying that the Christians and the Jews are the worst of the creatures. And yet we invite them. And we welcome the house, in the house of God. We welcome the devil and we ask him to sing for us. I don't mean this girl. This girl is a victim. She herself, maybe she don't even know what she is reading. 99% of the Muslims are stupid dummies, but they are trained as a recording machine to attack you. Most of them, they have no idea even what the attack is about. All what they know, they've been told that the Christians are wrong, they will go to hell, and Jesus is not God, he is just a prophet, and Muhammad is the best of the prophets. When you discuss with them deep in their topic, you will see how they collapse so easy. And they have nothing to say. Jesus is just a prophet, but he is the one is alive until now. Jesus is just a prophet, but he is the only one who can create from the bird, from the mud, the bird. Jesus is just a prophet, but he can raise from the grave a dead man. Jesus is just a prophet, but he can make the blind see. Jesus is just a prophet, but he can forgive the sin. Jesus is just a prophet, but he can make things nobody can do. The Quran confirms that he is a creator, he is a maker, he is a healer. He can even tell you what you hide in your houses. The Muslim will say to you, this is all by the leave of Allah. Give me a break, you and the leave of Allah. Did Allah give me a leave to expose him now? The Muslim, they will say yes. Because their God is in this ability. They have no proof of him. He is no one. He never exist. Their prophet, the believers keep asking him, can you provide us one, just one, proof that you are a prophet? Not even once. They keep asking him, how come all the prophets they have miracles? And if you ask the same questions to the Muslims, they say to you, well, in the time of Jesus, medicine was very popular, so Jesus was given the power of healing. In the time of Jesus, medicine was very popular. Hold on, you stupid idiot. Did Jesus give any medicine to anyone in his time? What medicine? When Jesus he rose the man from the grave, he gave him medicine. When Jesus he made the blind see, he gave him medicine. When Jesus he created from the mud the bird, he gave him medicine to the mud. That is the most stupid, naive, dummy answer accepted from Muslims. In the same time, when you ask them why your Quran stating hundreds of times that you're a prophet have no miracles, and people they keep asking him, how come, why you don't give us just one wonder, huh? Why you don't, what is the wonders that you have? Give us a sign, Muhammad. How we can believe you are a prophet? Just come with us for one sign. And that prove when the Muslims they say the Quran is a miracle is a false miracle, because simply the Quran says that Allah refrained from giving miracles. My friend, the Muslims, they want you to be stupid, naive. In chapter 17, verse number 59, the Quran confirm that Allah he refrained from sending any miracles, and the excuse is people before Muhammad they did not believe in those miracles, which is absolutely false, because all the Jews believe in the miracle of the Jewish prophet, and even the Jews believe in the miracles of Jesus. The fact is that the majority of the Jews today they are Christians. What is left is not even 1%. So the Jews and the Christians both believe in the miracles of Jesus, and they believe in the miracles of the old prophets. It was a false excuse because this man is a false prophet. And Allah here confirmed that he refrained from sending miracles. How the Muslims they say the Quran is a miracle by itself, when Allah is saying I refrain from sending miracles? If the Quran is a miracle, then he should not say I refrain, because that will be stupid. You just made a miracle by saying the verse. A Quran which contain hundreds of mistakes in Arabic, tons of mistakes in science, and this is why I made a book. It's called Qur'an and Science in Depth. You can read it from Amazon. Tons of mistakes in history, even ideology, contradiction even of Muhammad teaching against the Quran. It's a shame that someone he claimed to be Christian, he invite the book of the devil to be recited in our church. The Quran not only contain that the Christianity is false, insulting Jesus, the Quran confirm that the Muslims have a duty to humiliate every Christian exist in the top of this earth. The Christians, they will be treated the same as dogs and animals, and they have no right whatsoever. And we are najis, as you see in the front of you. Wal mushrikuna najis. This is why we are not allowed to enter the city of Mecca and the city of Medina, for we are equal to dogs in Islam. And the funny, the Muslims they speak about discrimination and Islamophobia. If you don't have phobia, why you forbid people from entering those cities if we are a human like you? What the problem? Because you have a phobia. The phobia is in the Quran saying that everyone who don't believe in Islam is a najis, which means filthy creature. This is why if we enter the city of Medina and Mecca, we will make it dirty. And people of Dhimma is one of the dirty ones. People of the Dhimma, those who pay the jizya. And now what jizya? If you ask any Muslim, scumbag, and I say scumbag because all of them they lie. I challenge you to ask one Muslim about what jizya is about. He will say to you it's tax. Is it tax? Read with me. Read with me how the tax should be paid if this is tax. This is Ibn Kathir. I'm not reading from my own. To order to fight the people of the scriptures until they give the jizya. So what the order for a Muslim? To fight you, to kill you, or the other choice is to pay the jizya. Now what the jizya is? Let us see. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can read it. Paying jizya is a sign of kufr and disgrace. So why the Muslims they try to fool you, saying to you that this is a tax? Is tax is a sign of kufr and disgrace? This is why I say a Muslim, when he give you the answer, he is playing the game of a scumbag. People who teach their children that they have a duty to fight us and to kill us, and they have a duty for us to pay jizya, and they have a duty to humiliate us, for we are refusing to embrace Islam. which means this is a method of the filthy Muhammad to force people to believe in him. It's a way to force you to accept Islam, as this hadith saying here. You bring them and the chains in their necks until they embrace Islam. That is the whole story, my friend. This is not even a religion. This is a gangster. This is a gang created by Muhammad and a bunch of outlaw who wanted to control the whole world. And then a donkey bishop, he invited them to the glorious house of God. And the Muslims, they teach in their mosque that a Muslim should not even respect the Christians. A Muslim, when he see them in the street, he should humiliate the Christians and the Jews. Read with me. The Christians should not be elevated above the Muslims. Should not. It's forbidden. It's haram. Why? Because they are disgusting, defeated, they are subdued, they are humiliated, they are not human, they are animals, as the Quran called them, kal an'am. And even Muhammad, he said, if you meet the Christians or the Jews in the street, don't initiate salam. And if you see them in the street, force them to the most narrow alley. This is why if you enter a chat room, a Muslim, he took the mic, he will say to you, he will say Salamu alaikum to Muslims, hi Christians, because he's not allowed salam to the Christians. He's just trying to use taqiyya, say hi. He is not allowed to initiate salam because he is not in peace with you. He have a duty of war. Now he say hi to you until he get the enough power to humiliate you all and take over you. Imagine if the Muslims, they have the power of USA. My friend, the whole world will be destroyed. In less than 48 hours, the whole world will become ashes. Or you convert to Islam. This is the duty of Islam, and this is what Islam is about. And this is why the Muslims, if you ask the Muslims who is the most respectful leader in the history of Islam after Muhammad, they will say the most justice man is Umar ibn al-Khattab. Umar ibn al-Khattab, he ordered the Muslims that Muslims should not ever respect the Christians. When they see them, they should always treat them with disrespect and humiliation. And I advise you to read the Pact of Umar, which is nothing but a humiliation for the Christians to force them to convert to Islam as soon as possible. They make your life as hell, so you convert to Islam. They say to you, you are not even a citizen, you are not even a second citizen, you are not even a third citizen, but this is your land. This filthy cult take your land, and then you became a third, fourth citizen in your country, in your homeland. I saw a program from Al Jazeera speaking about what the American did to the Indian. And I said to myself, unbelievable how disgusting those Americans are. The Indian in America today, they don't pay tax. They have a special treatment. They live like kings in America. In the Middle East, this is our land, my land. What the Muslims did to us, we are not even fourth class citizen. For hundreds and hundreds of years, we pay jizyas as slaves. We are humiliated in our own hometown, in our houses. If you go and read the Pact of Umar, you will see that a Muslim, he can enter your house anytime he wants, and he can sleep in your house 3 days for free food and free accommodation, and you don't have the right to even to question him. Any Muslim, he can just knock at your door, he say, I want to sleep here. 3 days, 3 nights. And imagine how many Muslims in the street. That is Islam, my friend. And then you tell me a disgusting, false Christian bishop inviting the Muslims to recite the Quran. You are a disgrace for the name of Christians, and you are a fake Christian, and you have nothing to do with Jesus. And Jesus said, many they will say to you, to me, Lord, Lord, we made miracles in your name. We know we did a lot of things in your name. I will say to them, I do not know you. The Messiah said, not everyone says to me, God, God. He will enter the kingdom of my Father, enter heaven. And by the way, the Muslim, they say to you, where Jesus is God. Well, this is verse I'm quoting. It says that he is God. Not everyone who say it, which means there's many who say it, they will enter, and some they will not. And this bishop is one of them. Unless he repent and he apologize and he promise he will never do such a garbage action again. If you think Islam is a good religion, give us your proof. Otherwise, you are a false Christian. And by the way, we have many like this garbage all over. There's many Christians until now they defend Islam. There's many Christians until now they invite Muslims to read Quran in the mosque. He is not the first one, and he will not be the last one. Trust me. Because we live in the world and the state of ignorance. In the world today, the more ignorant you are, the more rich you are. The more successful you are. Because the more you are stupid and hypocrite, the more things go for you. You don't say the truth. You don't see difficulty in your life. Nobody will fight you or fighting no one. Do you know how many enemies I have just for saying the truth? How many of us is willing to stand up and say the truth? Few. Because all of you, you know how dangerous it is. And few of us have the courage to say, I am a Christian for real. I don't care what will happen tomorrow. I will say the truth. This is why the majority, they became just Christian by names. As my Lord, he said, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father. So you choose, what do you want to be? You want to be a person who say, Lord, Lord, and enter the kingdom of his Father, or you don't want to enter, but you just want to say, Lord, Lord, as a fake Christian. That is your choice. I advise you all to send emails to the church leaders and to show them how much upset we as a Christians are, and to ask for kicking out this man out of the church unless he make a public apology and he prove to us that he will never do such a stupid, disgusting behavior insulting Jesus in his house, in his place. With this, I say thank you, God bless you, and see you soon again tomorrow.